The frontier race just experienced its most chaotic 48 hours of the entire year. While social media was distracted debating fake image generation leaks, three massive architectural moves simultaneously detonated across the AI ecosystem. Google DeepMind officially initiated the pre-training run on Gemini 4.0. DeepSeek quietly dropped their Multimodal V4 Flash Vision engine with a pricing structure that completely breaks standard API economics. And an anonymous stealth model with a 1 million token context window appeared out of nowhere to claim top-tier coding benchmarks. If you're building software or deploying AI agents, missing any chapter of this breakdown means operating on obsolete infrastructure. Over the next 10 minutes, we are dissecting the verified engineering facts behind Gemini 4, the token arithmetic of DeepSeek's vision release, the forensic investigation unmasking the Stealth 0x alpha model, and the persistent cloud operating systems replacing fragile browser-based agents. Here is everything you need to know to stay in the top 1%. Let us begin with Google DeepMind and the aggressive rumors surrounding Gemini 4.0. On July 21st, Google officially announced that pre-training had begun on their most ambitious frontier model to date. 2 days later, during Alphabet's Q2 earnings call, Sundar Pichai reaffirmed on record that Gemini 4 represents a massive leap in base model scale and test time compute allocation. However, within hours of that statement, viral posts began flooding X and Reddit claiming that early samples of Gemini 4.0 had leaked, showcasing photorealistic images of pelicans on bicycles with legible text on clothing and tire treads. Our community audit immediately investigated these claims, and the technical verdict is unequivocal. These viral image samples are fake. They originated from standard diffusion testbeds and adversarial prompts, not DeepMind's base multimodal LLM. The real story behind Gemini 4.0 is not consumer image generation. It is autonomous agentic engineering. Google's core priority for Gemini 4 is solving multi-step repository workflows on SWE-bench verified, integrating self-correcting Python runtime loops, and scaling dynamic test time search. While Gemini 3.7 Flash remains Google's fast workhorse today, Gemini 4.0 is being trained as a monolithic reasoning engine designed to operate autonomously inside production codebases for hours without human intervention. While Google is scaling its next frontier run, DeepSeek executed an immediate stealth drop on August 21st that fundamentally shifts the economics of vision-based AI. They officially released DeepSeek V4 Flash Vision experimental across their developer API platform. To understand why this release is causing shockwaves across developer teams, consider this cognitive bridge. Running vision models over thousands of UI screenshots or PDF documents has historically been cost prohibitive because platforms like OpenAI and Anthropic charge per image tile, quickly multiplying token consumption. DeepSeek completely dismantled that cost curve by introducing a revolutionary fixed tokenization standard, exactly 384 tokens per image regardless of resolution. Whether you upload a standard chart or a 4K system architecture diagram, the model compresses the visual features into a fixed 384 token embedding. When paired with DeepSeek's API pricing of 14 cents per million input tokens and 28 cents per million output tokens, processing 1,000 full-resolution screenshots costs 5 cents. On multimodal evaluations, including DocVQA, ChartQA, and multimodal SWE-bench, DeepSeek V4 Flash Vision performs within 1.8% of Claude Opus 4.8, but at 0.4% of the cost. For developers running continuous visual regression testing or automated UI scrapers, this is an immediate 240 times cost reduction. The Vision release is only the tip of DeepSeek's release pipeline. Internal engineering leaks and GitHub repository commits confirm that DeepSeek is actively testing private Grayscale checkpoints for their upcoming DeepSeek V5 architecture. Moving beyond standard dense models, DeepSeek V5 scales their mixture of experts framework to 288 billion total parameters, but activates only 24 billion parameters per token across 64 specialized expert routes. This mode design is paired with multi-head latent attention 2.0, which dramatically compresses the key value cache memory footprint during long context inference. In addition, DeepSeek has implemented multi-token prediction with 3x speculative draft heads directly inside the inference engine. On private test clusters, Early preview checkpoints designated as V5 Preview Alpha are logging SWE-bench verified resolution scores of 78.4% and live code bench scores of 64.2%. The bottom line takeaway for engineering teams is critical. Open-weight Mo architectures are converging with top-tier, closed APIs in reasoning capability, while running at latency profiles under 15 milliseconds time to first token. The most intriguing mystery of the week is the sudden arrival of an anonymous stealth model designated as 0x Alpha across platforms like OpenRouter and OpenCode. Dropped without branding or press releases, 0x Alpha arrived with a full 1 million token context window, multimodal vision support, and $0 API access with strict zero data retention policies. Social media quickly speculated that this was a leaked internal checkpoint from OpenAI or Google DeepMind. However, deep forensic analysis of the model's tokenizer and traceback signatures revealed the true identity. By probing the delimiter tokens and attention mechanisms, researchers identified that the special token mappings for begin of thought and end of thought at token IDs 151336 exactly match the vocabulary architecture of Zhipu AI's GLM 5.3 and Minimax post-training pipelines. The model features a rope theta parameter of 10 million and handles needle-in-a-haystack retrieval with 99.8% fidelity across 980,000 tokens. This proves that top Chinese frontier labs are deploying experimental next-generation architectures under stealth pseudonyms to gather unconstrained real-world feedback on developer workloads. For developers right now, 0x Alpha provides a completely free, frontier-tier, 1 million token reasoning sandbox for entire codebase audits. As model capabilities and context windows expand, the biggest bottleneck in AI workflows has become the execution environment. The majority of practitioners make the mistake of running agents inside ephemeral chat windows, where file state is lost the moment the tab closes. This brings us to the rise of dedicated, persistent agent environments, exemplified by platforms like the Abacus AI supercomputer. For approximately $10 per month, developers receive an always-on Ubuntu Linux Cloud virtual private server integrated with chat LLM routing across Claude Opus, GPT-5, Gemini, and DeepSeek. Instead of copying and pasting code snippets, developers deploy persistent background workers like OpenClaw and Hermes that listen to GitHub webhooks, monitor server health, and execute multi-hour refactoring jobs inside a native Linux shell. When a pull request is submitted, the persistent agent pulls the branch, executes unit tests, feeds UI screenshots to DeepSeek V4 Flash Vision at 384 tokens per test, and commits verified bug fixes automatically. Moving from ephemeral web chat to persistent cloud VPS execution is the single highest leverage operational upgrade any software team can make in 2026. Here is the concrete top 1% playbook to capitalize on this entire wave of releases today. First, configure your IDE tooling, whether in Cursor or VS Code, to route visual debugging and screenshot analysis through DeepSeek V4 Flash Vision on the DeepSeek API. This delivers instant visual test validation at a fraction of a cent per run. Second, take advantage of the free 1 million token context window on 0x Alpha via OpenRouter to conduct full repository architectural reviews without incurring token bills. Third, disregard clickbait image generation leaks and prepare your workflows for Google's agentic Gemini 4.0 by establishing automated test suites and structured tool calling schemas. And finally, migrate your autonomous workflows out of browser tabs and into persistent Linux VPS environments where AI agents can execute uninterrupted 24/7. The frontier is evolving faster than ever, but those who focus on architectural fundamentals and cost efficiency will always maintain the competitive edge. Make sure to subscribe to AI Enthusiast for deep technical breakdowns, and we will see you in the next masterclass.